Yes boys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I've got a banger for you boys. I'm going to be going through the exact back end of how Sophie Rain has made $43 million in 1 year and what is the actual role of an OnlyFans manager, management or agency. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, who is Sophie Rain? So Sophie Rain is an OnlyFans creator who's generated $43 million in 1 year. Her success is not a result of individual efforts, but actually supported by a whole team. So all of these big creators that you see online, Sophie Rain, Corinna Kopp, Bad Baby, the list pretty much goes on and on and on. All of these big creators that you see aren't actually running their page themselves. They have a team behind them. They have a team behind their messaging. They have a team behind their chatting and their marketing. They have a team behind their collabs, everything. Every part of the process is fully handled by a team. Why? Because in any business, each model is effectively a business essentially. How much money she makes is a whole business to extract the most amount of money from these guys that are willing to give it. As a team, you can get far, far further than a model doing it themselves or you doing it yourself, for example. So a whole team has got to be involved in order to maximize the revenue of any creator specifically. A whole team has to be involved in order to maximize the revenue on any creator you work with, because with the right team, the right system, the right processes, these numbers are achievable, and it's all about building that team and actually growing that agency yourself. So back to the topic. In this video, I'm going to be explaining what it is, how it works, and what's essential for scaling revenue on OnlyFans. So what is OnlyFans management? OnlyFans management is partnering with the OnlyFans creator and the management team. So you're the management team and you're partnering with the creator, and you provide marketing and sales to that specific creator. Key services. Services include marketing, content strategy, chat management, page optimization. Your goal is just to maximize the earnings. So whether that's funnel optimization, setting up social media accounts, running social media accounts, posting on social media accounts, giving content ideas, helping with content shoots, planning content shoots, sales strategies, getting the right content that sells the best on OnlyFans, making the most out of each subscriber on the OnlyFans account. Anything possible to drive as much revenue possible to that page is your job. You don't rely on the creator for this, you don't rely on all these other factors for this. This is completely on you, and how good your systems are, how much money you make, is all dependent on how good your systems are and your strategies are. So why can't creators actually do it themselves? One is overwhelming workload. So technically, obviously, they can manage their OnlyFans themselves. And like I said earlier, the only thing about doing everything yourself, like in any business, when it's one person running the show, doing everything, posting content, managing content, thinking of ideas, doing the chatting, doing the sales, these are all literally full-time jobs. In my own agency specifically, we have a full-time market manager, full-time chat management team, full-time 24 hours chat team, full-time posters, all of these are full-time jobs. And if you're one person doing it yourself, then you're going to be, it's impossible, there's not enough hours in the day. So you don't have enough hours in the day to think clearly, do your content, post your content, market your content, sell your content, the list goes on and on. So working with an agency and a team that's actually good provides the creators a far better service and far better results on the platform. Scaling limitations, so like I said, without a team, a creator can only scale so far, and the workload are manageable. For example, Amazon didn't become a billion-dollar company with just one person. Exact same thing here, just like I went through before. So, clearing up a few misconceptions about OFM, and there's a lot of people who have a bunch of misconceptions about this business model. That is haram, that is bad, that is immoral, and I'm going to go through all of them now. So, one is that you don't need to show your face. Annual guys making millions of dollars per month, they don't have a face to their agency, you don't even know their name, and they're making so much money from this business because you don't need to show your face. Remember, you're the agency. Provided you can get a good service for all of these creators that you work with, build up your referrals, have the face of your agency be someone else, hire someone for that, you don't need to show your face. So if you don't want to put your face out there and stay low key, you can also do that. Second thing is about legal concerns. So OFM, everyone loves to claim that they're pimping, no one claims they're human trafficking, but all these things, human trafficking, anything illegal, everyone loves to claim that they're doing some kind of mad business. In reality, you're a marketing and a sales agency, and that's literally it. You're not doing anything wrong. You're working with models who are already doing OnlyFans. You're not getting new models into OnlyFans that don't want to do it, forcing any girls into doing it. You're working with clients who are already doing OnlyFans and want to scale on the platform. So before any of you steal, and I get comments on my YouTube every single day, you're haram, you're doing this bad, blah, 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 blah. None of this actually applies because you're not actually doing anything wrong in terms of illegal wise and working with models. You're working with models that genuinely want to make more money on the platform, and you're there to provide them a good service. Market saturation. So everyone loves to say, is it saturated? Is it saturated? You thought all these other business models are saturated. SMMA, e-com, all these other, list goes on, and you're still not taking action. OFM is the least saturated out of all of these ones, and if you still think it's saturated, then genuinely work your job and don't complain, because literally it's still such a small niche and there's so much money in it that there's kids I know that are 18, 19 making 100k a month, and it's not that hard. So what does a manager actually do? So first thing is optimizing the page. Your main thing as a manager is to, one, brand the creator. So branding a creator comes with a lot of things, and you can do this very lightly or you can take this to the highest level. With creators that you work with, you want to establish a brand and a reason why a subscriber would subscribe. You want to, again, make the model stand out. You want to make it look different. You don't want it to just fit into the standard box that every OnlyFans creator fits in. You want to be able to have her stand out and give a reason for each subscriber to subscribe. So a good bio, a good profile picture, a good branded Instagram account. A little tip as well with Instagram is that if you're posting reels, don't post reels so they show on your homepage, have them on the reels page. Why? Because if someone views your reels and then goes to your homepage and it's literally just reels, it doesn't look as clean than a homepage that has clean looking pictures, clean looking, not necessarily professional, but good lighting, good edited pictures on the feed, good bio, active story. They're going to subscribe more likely than just a spam reels account that just looks fake. So you want to spend time on making your brand look legit and give the subscriber a reason to subscribe. Again, making it appealing for the subscribers. Marketing. So I'll go through again with Sophie Rain more specific marketing. So they've done Twitter, TikTok, Instagram Reels, mass DMs on Instagram, Snapchat, I remember seeing on Snapchat, and I don't know if they specifically do Reddit, but pretty much every platform, YouTube, streams, etc. The list goes on. So with OFM marketing, Twitter, what they've done insanely well on is Twitter promotion. So how that works is essentially it's buying a promo from a promo account. These range from $200 to $300, and essentially they will promote it and say, this person just got leaked for 20 just as they launched their OnlyFans. And it's like a comment bait, it's a baiting title. People interact with it, then they ping your reply. So when they ping your reply, all that traffic gets sent to your Twitter account, and then that gets sent to your OnlyFans account. So that's one of the main things that they've done in terms of building the Twitter account up to about over 1 million something followers. So that's Twitter. Instagram Reels and TikTok, it's the same content I think that they've been posting on. Both these platforms, short form content is still key. And again, obviously there's models that will perform better, that have better lighting, better background, better all these things, but your job as an agency is to make your model stand out. So what does that mean? Investing in the background, investing in her look, investing in outfits, investing in a ring light and a better phone. The list goes on, and the more you make that vibe and that appearance as clean, as crisp, as good looking as possible, the content's going to look better. What does that mean? The content's going to perform better. With Reels specifically, posting 3 Reels a day, building up an Instagram account, sending growth, sending captions to that account, making that account as legit as possible. A lot of guys love to spam, a lot of guys love to make hundreds of accounts. Again, that is not what the best models are doing. The best models are building brands. The best models are building million follower accounts, 500k accounts, and staying to a low amount of accounts, maybe a backup, yes. You don't want to focus on all these other things. You want to solidify on your content and on building a brand. So that's one tip with Instagram. With TikTok again is a bit more less risky content. So dancing content and all this kind of content, you don't want to show too much skin. You want to keep it kind of PG. But again, it's super good to build up TikTok alongside Instagram. And in terms of IG mass DMs, I don't get them anymore now, but I remember about a year ago that I used to run IG mass DMs, experiment with another traffic source, and literally spammed about 5 of my accounts with blah, 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 just launched our OnlyFans, go subscribe. So again, there's multiple ways you can get traffic, and you kind of just have to think outside the box and make sure that your content or your model has that brand and has that look to make her appear and stand out. So this is the main thing, the sales and back-end support. I can only imagine the level of chatters on that account or the scale of that chat team to manage. I mean, 4 million a month is what a day? About over 130K a day, give or take. And to manage that as a chat team, there must be at least 10 to 20 chatters on per shift. Again, they're probably, I'm not subscribed to their account myself, so I don't know the exact strategy, but at a high scale or a high level account, it's going to be a lot more difficult to run relationship building, run scripts, and a lot of the stuff that works on the accounts from anywhere from 0 to 300K a month. Again, unless you have a team of about 20 to 30 chatters on shift at the same time, then with that, again, you can still run the typical script selling. So script selling always works the best. Why? Because the subscriber genuinely thinks that the model is talking to them. So your main thing with the sales side of OnlyFans and with the sales side or the chatting side of the operation is building a system and building scripts out that are personalized to your model in order to make the subscribers genuinely feel like they're talking to their model. So, and why does this work so good? Is because when the subscriber genuinely thinks he's talking to the model, he's willing to spend more. When he knows he's talking to a chatter or it's just spamming content out for cheap, he genuinely knows he's not talking to the model and the model just wants his money. But when you genuinely create an authentic experience, the amount of subscribers willing to spend on our pages, guys come in, sub 1 day, spend 1K, spend 600, spend 2K even. And that's just by creating an authentic experience. So if you're starting out, you want to focus on creating an authentic experience. And I go through this a lot, specifically in my free school community. The link will be in the description. Go through the chatting techniques that I use, and actually giving out my scripts that I use on the few accounts that I actually manage myself. So check it out there if you want to know more about sales strategies and sales techniques to use on your OnlyFans accounts. Next, how to find and work with models. So, ideal model. You need to look for models who are hungry, determined, consistent. These models are likely to put more effort required to succeed. Otherwise, you end up just wasting time, money, and just effort with the wrong creators. You want to focus on high quality talent. Especially now, a lot of models that are out there that maybe won't put in the work, maybe don't have the right equipment, or maybe don't live in a first world country, the chance they make money is going to make your job so much harder just because of the amount of competition in creators there is out there. So you want to spend the time focusing on signing a high quality client, because a high quality client, you're going to scale them way quicker, way easier, they're going to be way more happy to work with you, and the whole process is easier. And you want to focus on not stopping until you get that high quality client. Outreach method. So platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of these platforms are super good for outreach, and with that you need to focus on volume and systemizing everything. So a volume, you want to be aiming for a minimum of 100 DMs per day on each platform, and whether that means you use 1 account, 2 accounts, 3 accounts, you decide, because you don't want to risk your accounts. We outreach from big 100, 200, 300K Instagram follower accounts, and we don't want to obviously risk the accounts. So you need to understand that if you have a 30 DM a day limit, that doesn't mean you just stop at 30 DMs a day. You set up multiple accounts. You do it on multiple accounts and you max that out. And the last thing is obviously persistence is key. Again, this is a numbers game. The more you send, the more DMs you send, the more your chances are higher to sign the model, and you need to focus on the numbers. So how a management helps scale the revenue? It provides structure and support. So it gives an actual system and a team behind scaling the page in daily sales. Task management. So with any agency, all the tasks and all the little tasks that are handled are also complex tasks. The creator's most high ROI task is to film as much high quality content as possible. Your most high ROI task is doing everything apart from that. Posting the content, strategizing about the content, selling the content, scaling your teams, making the process as easy as possible for the creator and as enjoyable as possible for the creator, so you have a good working relationship and you get that end goal of success. You don't want to be relying and blaming your models for them being lazy, blah, 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 they didn't do this. The job is your job to systemize these things, and if you do that, that's when you get the success, and that's when you have a good business relationship, a good working relationship, and a happy client, which means happy testimonials, which means scaling your agency. So, conclusion. Sophie Rain's $43 million in revenue was achieved through a well-structured management. Her team handled everything so she could just focus on the content. And also, I forgot to mention, all of these partnerships are at a minimum of a 50% revenue share, meaning that manager or the team would have generated 21 million that year just by managing her account. And of course, they're an agency, they have multiple team members, multiple models, so that would have been over multiple models. So that's even a low estimate for that specific agency. So, frequently asked questions about OFM. Do models need to do nudity? No, the short answer is no. The longer answer is, the more nudity, obviously that means higher earnings, but that also doesn't mean that the model needs to do anything crazy. We have non-nude models that make 30K, 50K a month, and we also have nude models that make more. It really does vary, and it varies mainly on the branding and the look of the model. Is it legal? Yes, we've already covered that. Is the market saturated? No. And again, compared to any other business, I still think this is the easiest and the least saturated as possible, out of them all. Key takeaways. So OFM is essential. A management is essential scaling a creator's revenue. Managers handle all the back-end tasks, the marketing, the strategy, anything that will actually add revenue to the page. And success depends on finding the right models and one, making her time focused literally on filming content, nothing else, and executing on your strategy on each platform that you choose to market on. So that's the end of this video, and I wanted to finish off with an opportunity for any of you guys who are interested in actually, one, starting your OnlyFans agency, or two, scaling to 6 figures a month if you're running an OnlyFans agency. So that opportunity is to book in with a one-to-one custom robot call with me and my team. In this call, I'm going to be going through your exact situation, breaking down why you are at where you are at now and what you can do to actually change your situation and scale your agency. Or if you're new, breaking down the exact step-by-step processes and systems you need to take in order to get your agency running, sign your first client, and scale to 10K a month. And the goal of these calls is to give you as much clarity as possible so you know the exact steps to take to scale your agency. But anyway, boys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed everything I went through, and stay tuned for the next video.